Welcome back to WFX Overload. Mike, some various things happening in this promotion, no question about it. And right now, international superstar with his new manager, Jonny Fairplay, Eugene Dinsmore.
And you know, I'll tell you, what a way to start the match. Thorn just kicked him in the head, and that might knock some sense into him.
I don't know if you can knock any sense into Eugene other than he's already got a little bit of common sense, and some people might say he's a bit of a commoner, if you know what I mean.
Well, hey, you know, I admire the guy. He's got some goals and dreams in life. He wants to, but I don't think that's the right path he's on by signing on with Jonny Fairplay as his manager, because I think that Fairplay just seems like a scummy individual. That's just my opinion. Some people call me scummy. Maybe Fairplay and I have a lot in common.
Well, Mike, I can tell you this. I would never call you scummy, but I will not trust Jonny Fairplay as far as I can throw him. And especially with a guy like Eugene, some people might say he's even taking advantage of this guy, you know?
Well, you know, I want to get back to something I saw, but it's hard right now because look at the beating. Thorn just not giving Dinsmore any chance. And there, he just picks on people. Look at the way Thorn is just picking on people.
He has a medicine.
It's all that mind game I tell you about. That brotherhood it's all about messing with people's minds.
That's right. He's got a menacing stare. He is definitely great at the mind games. And he's out for blood. There's no question about it. He means business, and he comes to his opponents full force without question.
Getting back to what we heard from the Tavares, do you think for 1 second I'm ever going to look at those two as superiors?
I would not want to call them superiors, Mike, but you know what? They do have a point. They've been discriminated against. There's no question about it. And nonetheless,
you think they've been discriminated against?
I'm not suggesting that it's good or bad.
WFX hired them just like they were any other wrestler, and you're going to say they were discriminated against.
I'm talking about in life, Mike, but you know as well as I do that there are things that go on in the dressing room. People get discriminated against. We understand that.
Feel free to subscribe to their nonsense. Feel free, but you are wrong.
I'm not subscribing to their nonsense, but I'll tell you this. Without question, they are two talented individuals when it comes to WFX Tag Team Division, correct?
The whole roster is talented.
Well, that's good for management.
Look at what Thorn is doing to Eugene right now.
Talking about talent, you're right. Thorn and Eugene both talented in their own right, but Thorn is just menacing.
I think menacing isn't even the word to talk about it. He's creepy. There's something wrong with this guy. I don't understand it. I don't subscribe to that lifestyle that those guys that they stay out of sunlight. I saw Thorn one time in an airport, and he wears dark glasses, and he's so dark. He wears a hat. He's not doing that to disguise himself. He just doesn't. He's just not approachable. He's scary.
He's very scary, you're right. And you know what? I know you've heard this rumor, and maybe you know if it's true. I heard a rumor that these guys sleep in coffins. I'm not making this up.
Oh, come on now.
I heard this now.
You're playing to the stereotype right now.
I just was told that they have these specially made black boxes at home. You know, when they're not traveling for wrestling, they sleep in them. They got a lid. Maybe you don't want to call it a coffin, but I've heard they like to be in complete darkness, and it's really creeping me out, man. I'm telling you, it's creeping me out.
What creeps me out is the one girl with the three guys. Like, which one is she with? Stefan Rose.
You know, maybe she's just property of the brotherhood.
Property?
I don't know.
You know, if I was Jonny Fairplay, I don't know how comfortable, or these camera people. This Thorn fella is so intense. Like he's the type of guy that'll grab you by the throat, and like nobody is safe around this guy.
No, he's definitely a character in his own right that you don't want to get messed up with.
And I have to be honest, there you see it. I was just about to say I expected more from Eugene in this match. Eugene Dinsmore, who's if you look at these two based on what they've accomplished, I would say that Dinsmore should have an advantage, but Thorn is beating that. He's beating the stuffing out of him.
Eugene is definitely talented in his own right, and Eugene has been a world traveler, and he is a fighter. There's no question about it, especially in pro wrestling. Eugene has been all over the world, and not keeping Thorn down. Thorn's been very well known as well, too. But Thorn, you're right, is definitely taking it to Eugene, and he goes for another pin there.
Well, Dinsmore, as probably in life, the greatest thing he's ever been is a wrestler. You know, he knows how to wrestle.
He grew up, that was his lifelong dream.
He doesn't have a lick of business sense. To sign over with Jonny Fairplay based on the belief he's going to be on Survivor? Come on.
Any reality show really was what the pull was. But
well, this is reality for him. He's in there tough with Thorn, and we've seen what they do to Ravenous Randy. They abducted him earlier, and he hasn't been heard of since. He's missing in action.
You mean nobody knows who Ravenous Randy is? Are you being serious?
That's what I've been told. I've been told that Ravenous Randy is not in the building. He's been wherever Thorn took him. He's not in the building. That's what I know.
Well, I'll tell you, this is just getting creepier by the minute. This trio has got some very strange things going on that I don't want to really be a part of.
This has been something else for CashGoodPointsBad.com main event. You're seeing Thorn just manhandle Eugene, Dinsmore, and Fairplay has got to be beside himself because I believe Fairplay makes most of the money that Eugene gets, and you lose your job if you're losing matches.
Well, we saw earlier, Eugene signed that contract without even reading it. I mean, I understand that maybe...
I don't know if he can read.
I don't know either. You know, Mike, I don't. But he just signed everything over. Who knows what was in that contract?
One thing that was probably not in the contract was the beating he was going to get from Thorn.
Yeah, but take a look at this. Eugene now getting a little bit fired up here. That shot to the turnbuckle seems to have brought some life into him.
Because Thorn's making a mistake. You don't hit that guy in the head because it doesn't resonate.
I don't think you can hurt him if you hit him in the head. You're right.
No, that's what resonate means. It doesn't take effect.
It's almost like he just hulked up.
No. Wow, those clubbing fists. Oh. And there's Scotty Bowman just watching it, no problems.
Big boots. I think we know what's coming up here, don't we?
This guy's a real American.
Could you say he's a real North American, please?
Yes, I could say that.
Oh, big leg drop. But Thorn actually getting up.
You know what that was? He just slammed him down with so much authority, and now Dinsmore has the distinct advantage. And of course, I have to take my hat off to Thorn. He goes to where he's comfortable, gets out of the ring. He can't be pinned if he's outside of the ring.
Well, that's just a good veteran maneuver by Thorn. He knows that you can't win the match on the floor, right?
People are really behind Eugene Dinsmore in this one. Oh, that could be it as Thorn I thought that was it. But Dinsmore had enough mind, and I use that term loosely, to kick out.
Eugene still has a lot of fight inside him, Mike, and you know what? Whether it's mindset or whether it's pure intestinal fortitude, he was able to kick out of what I thought was a fantastic finishing maneuver by Thorn. Look at Thorn, though. Look at Thorn. Sorry, don't interrupt you, Mike. Look at Thorn. He's just getting ready. I mean, he's got that intensity.
He's a stalker. He stalks his prey. Oh, but Dinsmore had the presence of mind here, and this is exactly what I expected from Dinsmore.
Ho-ho!
He's taking everyone else's moves. That's all he's done all match.
Well, unfortunately, I think at this point, that's all he knows.
What is he doing? His man's got the match won, and he's trying to offer him a chain.
I don't think Eugene knows it. I don't think Eugene wants to take a chain, and I don't understand why Jonny Fairplay would be giving Eugene a chain. Eugene is not a cheater and doesn't want to go that route.
Why in the world? That was absurd what Fairplay did. He cost him the match.
Fairplay, you're right, just cost him the match, and at what point Eugene had Thorn where he wanted him and probably could have pinned him. He would look like he was setting him up for a super kick of some sort, and for whatever reason, Fairplay thought he should bring a chain into the match.
That's the whole thing with Jonny Fairplay, though. He feels the need in life to cheat and cut corners, but if he knew anything about wrestling, he would have let Dinsmore win the match.
Well, I think it's probably safe to say that Fairplay is not the only one that's not playing with a fair deck.
Well, yeah.
Or shall I say a full deck?
Well, yeah, I guess maybe. Well, it's not fair if he stacks it either. It could be a full unfair deck, you know. Just saying, what you said the first time kind of sounded right. And what a huge victory for the Brotherhood, if you think about it. Like, Thorn just, I think, despite the fact he had inadvertent help from Jonny Fairplay, Thorn is the benefactor of a huge win in the CashGoodPointsBad.com main event here. And there it is again. There's something wrong with these people because he's not happy with the victory. And it's not even Dinsmore who he just beat now that he's stalking. It's somebody in the crowd that he's, I don't know if he's taken a liking to them. I don't know what it is, and you know, it creeps me out.
Well, quite frankly, Mike, you've kind of summed it up the best you can. These are just a different group of people. They like to be in the dark. They like things different than you and I do. And I still can't get over the fact that Jonny Fairplay cost him the match. He cost Eugene the match.
To be clear, he is not stalking Dinsmore right now. He is in a deep contact with a fan. And there you see it. It was Thorn over Eugene Dinsmore in the CashGoodPointsBad.com main event tonight. And I'll tell you that I'm shocked by that.
Well, I don't know what to tell you because Jonny Fairplay is not doing things the way he should. He's not playing fair. Pardon the pun on words. But why is he trying to hand Eugene a chain? It doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Well, and I think that's going to lead to some dissension here because Dinsmore's got to be smart, and I use that term loosely again, smart enough to realize he had the match. Like, Fairplay did not have to give him a chain.
Fairplay is still talking about the chain, and Eugene